Moving on to the last segment of our show, shit that will, should, or could matter. Crypto, Bitcoin, and the motherfucking future of money in society. So, as we've already talked, the wealth gap in America is getting bigger and bigger. But, even if you making American dollars, you go somewhere else, you living pretty good. Don't know how much longer it'll be like that, but just to say the wealth gap in the world is gigantic. And if we're talking about America specifically, this wealth gap is getting really bad. It just got a CEO killed by a rich nigga killed.
Yo, man, I got guilt.
how a rich nigga killing CEOs. So it's like, yeah, Bitcoin just went over 100K. Cost you 10,000 to get 1/10 of a Bitcoin now. Crypto's been going crazy. Hawk Girl has not been seen in several weeks.
Since our last episode.
Bro, that's internet time, several weeks.
She gone dark first.
But yeah, what do you think the future is for society in America with this growing wealth gap, with crypto, with the dollar maybe deteriorating? Do you think Bitcoin helps the dollar? Do you think it crashes the dollar? Like, do you think the entire way we think about money and everything's changes? Like, what do you think the future is? And when we talk about the future, we can do a 5-year and then a 50-year.
50. Even like 5 to 10 or a long time. So we're talking
5 and 20.
We're talking 20. Let's say we're saying 2030 and then 2035.
I mean, all right, sure.
That's a pretty long time.
I was thinking 2030 and like 2050.
In 2050. But yeah, so what do I think?
And you can throw in there what Tesla's doing, the robots, the robo cars, like y'all gotta understand, like, we're in 2024, about to enter 2025, right? And we'll be right back after a message from our sponsors. All right, we're back from our break. Thank you to our sponsors. Shout out to Modern Day Hippies. They're some cool dudes. But talking just about the future of society, what do you think this looks like 5 years out? If you want to do 10 too, but I'm thinking also like 2050. But we might not even need to go that far. I'm just saying we'll both probably still be alive.
Maybe. I mean, you will.
That's 20 years out. That's 20 years out. You'll still be alive. So it's like, yeah, 2050 is not that far away. It's not that far away.
Yeah. Well, you know what? What's like, we kind of talked about this on one of the previous episodes, like how fast technology advances.
Yeah.
So like that's one of the things. It's even hard to fathom sometimes. Google just came out with like their new GPU or something called like Willow that can do like quantum computing processing. Like they're coming out with that sort of stuff now. And we're talking quantum computing is crazy. The ability of how it can solve problems and stuff like that. We're talking about AI. This stuff like blows it out the water.
Yeah.
The way you even make a quantum computer, you gotta look that shit up. It's ridiculous. It ridiculous. It involves like super cooling, like freezing type shit. So I think look up a company called Form Factor. They make like
Form Factor?
Yeah, they make the cooling equipment that you need for this sort of quantum computing. So who knows what that stuff will bring. One thing like in terms of,
do you think that changes money though? Because I think crypto and all this.
Well, it could with crypto because crypto is about calculations. A quantum computer is going to be able to solve those like boom, all Bitcoins, I found them. Here they are, and they're done. Mining's over after that, I think, if you start using it for that sort of stuff. Because the way it does it, it can throw in so many different variables into a problem with quantum computing. It's insane. So if somebody decides to use that on Bitcoin, I think it would crush it, It would find every Bitcoin that exists. It would mine them all in probably like less than a day. All of them.
I thought it takes time to like actually mine the Bitcoin.
It does because you have to solve the problem. But the quantum computer is going to be so smart, you know what I mean? I'm sure people do have those nowadays too if you really wanted to use it, but I don't know, who knows? But that's why, personally, with Bitcoin, and I listen to a lot of very wealthy people, people like Warren Buffett, Mark Cuban, just various people on YouTube that just have their opinions and justify what they say, and a lot of CNBCs and stuff like that. A lot of knowledge from financial stuff. But do you invest in Bitcoin? Well, yeah, it's an asset right now. It's getting wider adoption and number goes up. But like the thing for me is wider adoption. Adoption, okay, great. Adoption means okay, yeah, I'll take some. I'll take some. People have it, but there's still no use for it, and that's where there's a problem.
Bitcoin?
Yeah.
They say it's so valuable because it is a use. It's a keepsake.
It's like gold, they say. It's digital gold. Okay. Well, digital gold until somebody says it's not, right? And you can regulate it out of existence in a lot of senses. So I'd rather have...
You think it will be regulated?
It potentially could. I mean, certain countries do. China's like, I don't think they fuck with Bitcoin, but people still want to get Bitcoin because you could use it internationally. But, a lot of people using like criminal underworld and stuff like that, I guess, because it's untraceable. But we showed an example too. It's so difficult to use sometimes. If you lose your passcode, people say, "Oh, I have my wallet, it's locked, I can't open it." If I try my passcode one more time, it's locked forever, and all my money's in there. It's like, what? That's crazy. Like, if you feel safe with that, that's one thing that super turned me off about it. I was like, what? You gotta do this wallet, all these stupid codes. You fuck up one, you better one letter on your phone, you fat finger that shit, and boom, you lost $1 million trying to transfer it. It's like, what? Nah, I'm not cool with that. So that's one thing for me. And then the other thing is it says it's worth like trillions of dollars, but like if you invest in stocks and stuff like that, you can see their assets. You can see that they make money. Maybe they actually pay you a dividend and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I'm more about that, but I think Bitcoin's more like gambling of like, yeah, the number go up. You know what I mean? Like, as more people believe in it, good, because then the people that have had it for a long time is like, okay, or whatever, or you, even if you're speculating from 60 to 100K, you can make a lot of money off of that.
Yeah. So let's talk about 2030. We're almost 5 years into this year, right? We're almost at 2025. From 2019, the end of 2019, beginning of 2020 to now, we couldn't have imagined this shit to happen. Technologically, yes, but also politically, socially, we couldn't have imagined the shift that has happened in society. How much different do you think it is in these next 5 years that are going to end off this decade? Do you think it gets progressively worse? Do you think it slows down a little bit? Do you think like this is only the beginning? I think especially for the technology shit, it's definitely the beginning. That's only gets worse. I think I don't know. I think the wealth gap is probably going to get a lot worse. We just got our first 400 trillionaire or billionaire. So what do you think?
Yeah, no, I mentioned this before. Overall, I think the country's going in the wrong direction right now because of that, the wealth inequality and things like that.
And you think by 2030 it'll be similar? Do you think it's better?
Not. I hope it gets better. I don't see that it's going to get better right now. We're not like in the process of making it better. We hope it gets better, but right now we're not on a trajectory to make it better. So on the current trajectory, it'll get worse. We have to make change to get better, and probably not. You know what I mean? So it's probably gonna get worse. Things are probably gonna get a lot worse until they get better. Until we get to like a breaking point, like we talked about before. But it's gonna come sooner than people think. Like there's a lot. If you look in the news and stuff like that, there's layoffs nonstop. And we're a consumer-based economy. If you look at credit card debt, it's higher than it's ever been. We have people the total credit card debt is over $1 trillion in credit card debt. People are swamped with student loans. We talked about the auto loans before. People are underwater on their cars. They're paying $1,000 a month car loans and stuff like that. The country's tapped out, and financially, there's gonna be a reckoning eventually.
So what does that reckoning look like? Does that look like torches and guns in the street, Jane
No.
6 everywhere? Is that people just saying, you know what, fuck it, we're not fucking with Bitcoin. They're banding together. We're not fucking with AI. We're not fucking with the automation shit because it's fucking all our lives. So do you think it's more likely that people are going to mob the streets or intelligently come together and not fuck with that shit?
Well, I think it's more the intelligently, like, people are going to say, like, so I don't think there's going to be mobs and shit like that. You know what I mean? I don't know. Whoever's going to start
We just had mobs.
we
Like,
kind of...
out of the last 4 years, we've had...
That's
mobs
different. When
and two
poor
of them.
people do it, it's different.
But you're saying the wealth gap is getting bigger, so everybody...
But it has to be all the poor people. But the first couple of poor people that start the trend, you're going to face the reckoning. You know what I mean? So whoever starts it, it's going to be
But
bad
it's
for them,
already
'cause
been
they're gonna-
started. That's
they're
my
gonna-
thing.
They're going to beat you down.
It's
You know,
already
they're
been
going to
started.
kill you. And it's... did you see the one story we didn't talk about was... a woman was on the phone with United Healthcare or one of the health insurance things. And
She started threatening them.
Didn't really threaten them. She goes, "You're denied, deposed, but you're next." That's what she said.
Yeah.
Not really a threat. And they threw her in jail. It was
For
all this
20
shit.
years.
No, she got out of it, I think, because they realized it's like...
That's crazy.
Then people came out and was like, I actually received threats where people are here in my face, and the police always tell me you can't do shit about it. And here, this woman is frustrated on the phone, and you're going to throw her... Because it's a corporation. You can't threaten corporations. You can threaten people, not corporations. Like, that's crazy, dude.
That's crazy.
But it would take so many people that eventually have nothing to lose until they're gonna do it.
And I think it's getting to that point, and I think we're agreeing that we hope it gets better. We don't really have the hope and faith that it will get better by the time we enter the next decade. And that's why I really want to look out to 2050, and I see a world where it's a lot out, like damn near fully automated, hella Tesla, and just self-driving cars in general. Like, I think shit is gonna look really
How do
different.
people live in that society if there's no jobs? How do you see that like happening? 'Cause
I think there'll
in
be
this country,
subsidies
we ain't
though.
giving,
That's what
we
I
ain't
mean.
giving nobody any money in this country.
No, but this is what I
Hell
think.
no, Elon needs a trill.
I think he'll be there by 2030.
Probably.
So my thing is, I think that there'll be, you know how Elon's building a city, right?
In Texas, yep. They just
I think
renamed
there'll be shit like that. Like there'll be sub-cities where the mega rich live and they're fucking a different reality. And then the actual cities are going to be run down. Fucking, they're not getting no more money. Like, they're not really involved politically anymore. I think it, like, really might get up. Yeah, I think it really might get
walls
like
around
that.
all the rich communities now.
Yeah, yeah. And there'll still
Leave
be,
you out
like,
in the wasteland.
suburbs and shit. I think,
Around the wasteland.
by 2050, I don't know. I think it can get like that. Yeah, by 2050, there'll still be
knocking at Elon's gate. Let us in.
Nah, I don't think it'll be that bad yet. I don't think it'll. But I think
2050.
I think there'll be. That's not that far away. That's not that far.
Elon's
It's
gonna be
25
like a
years.
cyborg. He's gonna be fucking Iron Man. He's gonna fly out to the gate himself.
Because by this year, like all these political
Launching
people,
nukes.
Trump, Biden, all these niggas are gonna be dead. Like so,
Nah,
Elon. Yeah,
He's gonna be Iron Man, bro.
Yeah,
He's
he
gonna be
might still
launching
be alive.
nukes at these motherfuckers. Get away from my gate.
I don't think niggas is gonna be at the gate yet. I think there's still gonna be suburbs and levels of yeah. There'll be suburbs in the wasteland, but I think it'll be really bad, bro. I think it'll be really bad. Like we've
Like,
seen
how do
this.
people in the wasteland live though? Like, there's no jobs. Like, there's no currency. Then, like, it's gonna break down. Like, who knows?
Mad Max.
There's no Bitcoin.
Mad fucking Max. Yeah.
It could be. It could be there by 2030, 2050.
Yeah. We'll see.
But man, yeah. Matter of fact.
You got anything else for the people?
Nah, man. I think the lights are dimming for this country, unfortunately. But
Yeah.
hopefully we'll see some brighter days.
Hopefully we will. That's it for this episode of A Matter of Fact. Let us know how y'all fuck with us. Put it in the comments. Make sure you follow us on
appreciate it.
Instagram. Subscribed if you liked it. If you made it this far, that means you must have liked it. Leave a like.
Sure.
All that good
Definitely
stuff.
appreciate
But
those.
we appreciate y'all. This is Matter of Fact with the Modern Day Hippies signing out. Peace.
Peace.